Good day. Today is November 11th. This is day 14. My journey to Bigfoot and Black Canyon. Obviously I got the Fuzzy Buddy back out. We're back out at Foster Creek. It's kind of become my go-to for recovery runs. We're just taking it easy after the progression run yesterday. Legs actually feel pretty good. They're not fatigued. Didn't go too hard yesterday, which is great. Feeling just fine. Good night's sleep. Good meal last night. Stress levels are low, which is awesome. So we're just taking it easy. Got up this morning early as usual and kind of got up on my own. Just no alarm, which was nice. Got some work done, and I wrote an article. I write for Pace magazine. It's a regional magazine, running magazine down here in the southeast. Been writing for them since pretty much their inception. They do a quarterly publication, and I was kind of just in a little writing slump. You know, I was trying to think of things that have been going on and what I could write about, and you know, the lottery system kind of came to mind. So many lotteries and registrations have opened up recently, and you know, with having just got into Bigfoot, I wrote about that experience, and kind of, you know, we talk about transparency as it stands for the lotteries, you know, wanting to know the process, who got in, etc. Well, it was kind of hard because the lottery happened and there was no, you know, publication of who got in or any of that. You know, I had no clue what happened, if I got in or so. Yeah, as this article will explain, I was just kind of in limbo, like, what's going on? I'll probably put it on my blog. I've got a blog spot, so I'll post that link to the description. But you know, the point being, I had no idea if I had gotten in. I just finally saw on Facebook somebody posted that they had been, you know, selected in a lottery, and I took it as, well, I guess I didn't. Guess I'll check the wait list, and there was no wait list on Ultra sign up. So I just, again, kind of fell out in limbo until, you know, maybe a week or so, maybe even longer later, I checked the website and saw the wait list, and that's when I saw it was number 2. You know, being number 2, I had a, you know, sense of security that I'd probably get in the event. I just didn't know when. You know, to get in so quickly after that was quite a surprise. So, you know, point being, if you don't get in but do get in on the wait list, you know, be patient. Things can work out. I mean, you know, my Hard Rock story, you know, I was 41st, I think, when the wait list came out for the never runs on the Hard Rock lottery. That rarely gets in, if ever. So, you know, I kind of figured, you know, I'll have to wait for another year, you know, see if I get drawn. But then, you know, we had the avalanches and the snow, and that canceled the first year that the event was supposed to happen, and I was on the wait list. then COVID. So then they accepted some more never runs into the race, and all of a sudden I'm up in the 20s. But then, even with that said, you know, they said, you know, don't plan on getting in since we've let in so many never runs. So I didn't have too much hope. But then, sure enough, obviously I got in 4 weeks prior to the event. I mean, it's just crazy, you know, to think about the opportunity to do these events and have to wait on a wait list or go into a lottery. You know, right now, I don't know how many, I think I saw the numbers the other day for Western states. It's definitely over 5,000, you know, entrants. I saw the lottery ticket breakdown. You know, how many tickets are in for each set of years that you've entered the lottery. I sit at 16 tickets. There's a bunch of people in my boat, but you know, it's not that I expect to get in this year. Made plans otherwise, just feeling like I probably wouldn't get in this year, but if I do, I'll cross that, you know, bridge when it happens. I definitely will accept my spot, that's for sure. You know, Western States is obviously one of those bucket list races that, you know, you just, when that opportunity comes, you gotta make the most of it, just like I did for UTMB and just like I did for Hard Rock. You know, it's such a great opportunity to run an amazing race. So we'll see what happens. I'm excited for that lottery. You know, when they pull the tickets and pull people's names, I won't deny if I don't get pulled, I will be upset. That's just the way it goes. But you know, after being in the lottery since 2016, I've kind of come to accept that day, you know, if it happens and I'm not drawn. So it is what it is. But you don't know unless you know, put your name in. That's for sure. I definitely, you know, if I get into Western, I'll have a lot on the plate, but we'll make it happen. So but you know, it's same thing with like New York City Marathon. I was talking to my wife about that the other day. I still want to run New York City. Having grown up about 90 miles from the start, you know, this race, that means a lot to me. Grew up watching it on TV, local channel. You know, it's, you know, the route. I just someday put my name in, see if I can get in. I don't know if they still let you race in. If you guys remember New York City, the year of Sandy, Hurricane Sandy, where they had to cancel, you know, race weekend basically because, you know, Sandy did so much devastation. Well, that year I had planned on trying to race in to get in. They had a race, a half marathon in Central Park. I was in, I don't remember if it was January or February, but you had to run, I think it was 118 or faster. I don't remember. So anyhow, wife and I were up in New York, staying at my father's. It's about a 90-minute drive, like I said, down to Central Park. They were calling for snow. We woke up in the morning where my dad lived. There was already a good 4 to 6 inches on the ground, but they hadn't canceled the event. So we started making our way, driving. We got about 45 minutes from Central Park and they canceled the race. So we still went, and I ran, did the half, ran 118 in the snow and ice. It was crazy. It was fun. It's a great story. It was a great experience. Really enjoyed it. You know, and I was pretty bummed because that means I wouldn't have the qualifier for New York. You know, the bypass lottery. But then Sandy hit, so you know, it didn't really matter. You know, point being, it's just things happen for a reason. You know, maybe it's not your year to do something, so don't be too upset. Just be patient. I know a lot of us say there's probably a better way to do things, but we got to respect the way the races chose to do things. They have their reasons, and again, we just need to respect that. You know, at some point we'll be a part of the event. If we truly want to be a part of it, we will. You know, just relax and let it come. So, you know, I've been watching Hellbender registrations, and I'm so stoked to see so many women registering. We have 34. When I checked before I came out on this run, obviously we want to fill to capacity for the women, which would be 75 spots. So, you know, if you watch this and you're in a ladies group, let them know. See if anybody's interested. We want to encourage, you know, the equality and growth of women in this sport. So please, you know, help us get those entries. Help us spread the word. You know, share the registration page. Let them know what's happening. This is it's pretty cool. Like I said, I'm stoked to see how many women have already registered. It's double what we had the last time we hosted the event in 2019. So incredible, super cool. But obviously we want to see that keep filling. So help us. You know, and I was kind of reflecting, do a lot of these races really need a lottery? You know, did Bigfoot, did it really need a lottery? You know, I looked at how many people were on the wait list. I don't know, it didn't seem like it really warranted all this trouble for a lottery. But again, you know, the organizers, they all have their reasons. We have to respect that. But if you really want to do the race, you gotta jump through whatever hoops are set before you. So, and I'm just appreciative that I got in. I know a lot of people sniff at the price tag, but I feel for the experience, you know, it's definitely worth it. This point to point 209-mile route that starts at Mount St. Helens, which was a volcano that I remember watching the news and seeing the replay of it erupting. I think it was 1981. It's just, remember where I was sitting in the living room watching the old big box television. I can still remember it. Calling my family in, telling them to check this out. So I'm excited to go see it. Go see this area. You know, experience a new adventure. My wife was talking about how she had a appointment this morning, and the doctor and her conversation often spend more time talking about me and my adventures. So it's just not my adventures. I share these. Maybe she slightly lives vicariously through my adventures, but I love sharing that. And that's something I expressed in the article. Having that support of my spouse, knowing that she's good to be a part of this and wants to be a part of this. I don't think I could do this if I didn't have and feel that support, that love, you know, from my wife. I would feel guilty all the time. So, you know, that conversation has to be had. You know, when I got the email for the invitation, and you'll read this in the you know, my blog post, I looked up and she knew exactly what I had just read, and her first words were click the green button. She knew exactly what that meant. She was with me. She was on board 100%. And when I come out here to run, I feel pretty good about it. You know, I don't feel guilty. I don't feel, you know, any negative emotions about training for this. You know, my kids are on board. I think they're gonna come out. I don't think they'll be in the crew vehicle the whole time. I think we may bring out some of our parental support to watch the kids and do stuff with the kids. You know, they can come check on me from time to time, but I want them to be able to see things and do things, experience things out there. So I'm pretty excited for that opportunity as well, for them to get to see a new part of the country and be a part of that journey. Obviously nothing means more to me than them and having them involved. I often pin a picture of them upside down on my shorts, so when I'm running I can look down and there they are. They're with me every step of the journey. It means a lot, you know, to have that admiration for my kids, to have that love and respect. It means the world. Not that they wouldn't if I didn't do this, but having that complete family support, I think that just makes this journey all the more special. Who knows, maybe we'll bring Miles, see if he can do some pacing. I've already started recruiting pacers and crew, so this one's going to take more of a mini army, especially for pacing. Looks like we can pick up a pacer at about 52 miles, so that leaves 157 miles that can be paced. So we'll see. It's a big ask, but I've got some great friends and I know they want to experience, you know, this adventure, so we'll see what happens. But anyhow, I'm just excited, as you can probably tell. So here's my thoughts for the day.